Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday, this February 12th. Just a reminder that Valentine's Day is Monday. If you are like me and you have failed to get your significant other anything, time to step up. Don't forget. I need to remind myself to do that. All right, so don't forget Monday is Valentine's Day. Don't forget that. You want to prevent a fight if you can. Let's say good morning to the folks that have joined already. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dion, howdy, good morning. Thank you for everything. Thank you for agreeing to speak with me on Monday. We're going to start off hot Monday with Dion for 3 interviews as Greg Dickerson. My normal 8 a.m. interview needs to go at 9, so Dion was gracious enough to slide in there. Good morning, Kenny. Good morning, John. Good morning, Better Home Rental. Good morning, Nathan. How are you guys doing today? So a couple of quick conversations as more and more folks join. I want to talk about the real estate market and then recessions. And then we will get into any and all of your questions. Remember, this episode is for you, the audience. If you have questions about one rental at a time, let me just tell you that one rental at a time is a very, very different YouTube channel. First and foremost, we do a daily financial news show. We've been doing it for more than 1,000 days. It is live. It generally occurs at 7:30. You can go back and watch what happened on your birthday or other days. Just go back and check it out. We, at one rental at a time, we are really trying to stay with what's happening in the market. We are making investment decisions with our capital, whether that be to recycle it or to buy something new or any of those things. We are not staring at 1-minute candles and betting on crazy evaluation stocks. So it's a very, very different channel. But what really makes this channel different are the 8 or 9 experts that come back every week to speak with you. We will talk to 7, 8, 9 millionaires every week, and we will go over 3 important topics in each conversation. You're not going to find this content anywhere else. You may not like all of my experts. That's okay. I try to get a very diverse group so that we can bring everybody along, because I am here to help everyone that I can. You can't help 1 million people unless you are open and willing to help everyone. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So very, very good stuff. So real estate market update. If you've been watching the channel for more than a month, you know that we have been running pretty good on our predictions of the future. I see the economy, after studying it for 30 years, as a series of dominoes that are led by the consumer. Around the consumer is a business cycle. Around that is cost of capital, or as Jason Hartman says, cost of money. We have been going through a different phase where the cost of money has started to go up. It's not done. That cost of money will have impact on the business environment. And yes, it will have an impact eventually on housing. It will not impact what most people talk about, which is price, because everybody wants to do a crash video so they get more clicks. It will go to transactions first. However, there is this interesting behavior that is happening right now. Right now. Between January 1st and probably April 15th, maybe May 1st, we are going to see a market that is borderline irrational. Borderline irrational. We are operating in an environment with record low inventory, unheard of inventory levels. Unfortunately for home buyers or investors in this environment, we now have interest rates going up. And what happens, at least the initial onset, is you get a traditional consumer behavior, FOMO. We have so much FOMO going on right now. It is borderline unhealthy. Fear of missing out. We have homeowners who were started looking for homes last year. They were frustrated by bidding wars in the summer. They got to Thanksgiving and they're like, damn it, I'm done. I'm going to go on vacation to Disneyland. And then it was Christmas. And then it was January. And now rates are up 3/4, a full point. Now they're saying, honey, I don't care. We need to buy something. We are seeing bidding wars worse in some cases than last March. That is important because, again, one of the persons I talked to on Tuesdays, Omar, my real estate entrepreneur, he and I had a detailed conversation about why last February and March was the best market to do lipstick flips. I told you. And again, we were right. There are some wacky behavior going on today. Again, this will not last. This is like that last sugar high. You think it's going to last forever, but it won't. So what I would tell you as a real estate investor, don't do skinny deals. It is always a great day to do a great deal that never changes, never changes, never changes. I'm not sure I would do a good deal today. Now, why is that? Michael, wait, you just told me rates are going up. What the hell? Well, I am counting on a real estate slowdown, not a crash. A real estate slowdown means us, the investors, can finally find the motivated seller. Because if you've been watching my daily financial news, you know that I believe a recession is in the offing and probably a lot closer than any of us want to admit. I have been through several recessions. And if you are impacted by job loss, it sucks. I know. I've been there. I was a teenager or a young man when my father was unemployed for 9 months. It sucks. You go hungry. You worry about the lights being turned off. The phone's turned off. You get angry letters and foreclosure notices on your door. It's no joy. If you're lucky enough to keep your job, recessions could be great because you can find a motivated seller and you can create great deals. Here's the deal about motivated sellers. They're always out there, but in the market we've seen the last 2 years, they hide. They hide in plain sight because there are so many people throwing offers and waiving conditions and all of those things. It's just the way of the world. And I do expect real estate transactions to fall. I've been telling more and more real estate agents and brokers. I'm lucky enough to speak to them on probably once a week. I get invited to speak. I've told all of them, if you're a real estate agent or a real estate broker or a mortgage broker, you had better get ready for less transactions. This is the time where we could wash out a lot of the fake agents, brokers. But if you can retreat, build your Rolodex, keep going, you will be stronger on the other side. Same for investors. If you can be patient and move forward, you will find the deals. So again, always a great day to do a great deal. We have this little window of time where these owner occupants are frankly acting irrational. I see irrational behavior today. It is very difficult to find a good or great deal in the irrational real estate market. I've been here before. It's just when you're in it and you've seen it before, you're like, this is nuts. It will pass. This irrational environment will not last long. Middle of April, maybe May, because again, it takes time for transactions to move in and out. And again, as we talked about this morning's daily financial news, that consumer sentiment number is shockingly bad. I want to remind you, if you've been investing for any length of time or you had a job back in, what was it, 2012? Let me get my notes. October 2011. How yucky was the economy in October of 2011? It was bad. Real estate in my market was down 75%. There were foreclosures everywhere. Bad. Consumer sentiment yesterday was at that level. To me, that does not bode well for a consumer who is spending a lot. So let's watch retail sales and what's going on. So that's the real estate market update. Again, Q1 numbers are going to come out. They're going to be great, up in value. transactions, yada yada. But I think it's that last sugar high. So let's no average deals. Good deal, great deals. Always a great day to do a great deal. So yeah. Number 2, a recession. I've been thinking a recession is coming. I done some research into Q4, which I've shared with you on the daily financial news a bunch, where the impressive 6.9% GDP growth in Q4 was again a sugar high. 4.9% of that, I think it was suppliers building inventory, which is typically non-repeatable. Now we go into Q1 with an inventory cycle being full and a consumer who is concerned. Yeah. It might sneak into Q2, the first negative GDP, but I suspect either Q1 or Q2 will have negative GDP growth, which will be the start of a recession. So it's out there. Now, let's be very clear. When I say recession, some people freak out. Don't. A recession in this environment might mean unemployment goes from 4% to 8.5. If you're impacted by that, obviously, it hurts. But assuming you're not one of the 8% and you're one of the 92%, watch your job, make some extra money, save, live below your means, and get ready to go shopping. If you've been watching me and the Lumberjack talk every Tuesday, you know that he is out actively looking for his orange Lamborghini. He is not going to be buying a new Lamborghini. He is going to be buying a Lamborghini for somebody who was fronting and whose financial statement takes a hit in the next recession. He will likely find someone where he takes a haircut, or I should say, they take a haircut of 30 or 40% because that Lamborghini will be a liability. This is what happens in recessions. People who bought dumb stuff lose it. There's some saying out there, which I can't remember at the moment, but basically, if you spend money on things you want, you won't have money to use when you need it or something like that. An orange Lamborghini, not something most people need. And in the next recession, there will be somebody that needs to get rid of it. And the Lumberjack will pick it up. And I can't wait to do a live stream when that guy is riding around in his Lamborghini. So again, recessions hurt. If you're in it, you're impacted, no doubt. But if you're not, if you're part of the 92% or 93%, get ready to go shopping. Get ready to go shopping. So that's what I got for you. Let's say good morning to everyone. Let's go back to the top. See what we got here. I think I got to Nathan last time. Jeffrey, yep, the puppies are, oh, wow, they're actually in the same bed. I have 2 little beds underneath my desk, and they are asleep. Good morning, Dion. How are you? Good morning, Nathan. Offing's looking good. Yep, thank you very much. I wish I had more time, but it is tax season, so I'm spending lots of my times getting ready for my tax guy. Yep, it's coming good. Good morning, John. How are you? Nathan, not sure if you're still looking for January wins, but I shared a property we just closed in the Facebook group. Not an easy one, and technically closed in Feb, so maybe not what you're looking for. Nathan, I will take a look. I have been so deep into my taxes, I haven't been a good role model in the Facebook group. I will go take a look at that. Thank you. Definitely. And I got my printer. I need to bring it in so I can fill out my vision board and my one rental at a time board. All this fun stuff coming. Good morning, Alex. Oh, look at that. The Lumberjack's here. I can't wait till you get your car. Alex, good morning. Hi from California. How are you? Hi from Michigan. Chester, good morning. Chester Williams. I have a buy box set up with 6% interest rates. Nice. If it makes sense at 6%, it's going to be even better at perfect. Chester, what Chester just shared with us is something I don't think a lot of people caught. If you're in my course, one of the things you'll know is you're going to build your spreadsheet, your yield calculation. Once you get comfortable with the daily discipline and you're tracking variables and you start to understand what impacts yield, you can start to do what I call what if scenarios. When you are an elite investor, you can adjust any variables and understand how it will impact. For example, if your make ready is half, what happens? Well, your yield should go up. What happens if interest rate rises? Well, your yield should go down. What happens if I got the owner to take back a 0% second, so my down payment is less? All of these things, like if you're a real estate investor like me and hopefully you, and you're in the course, I just spent 10 minutes ranting that the next 5, 8, 10 weeks are going to be rough. You should be doing what if scenarios in your spreadsheet. For example, let's just say your yield is 8%. That's what you want. That is a great deal in your market. I want you to go through your spreadsheet this morning or this weekend and take 5 deals that you found recently and do the following math. What price do I have to pay to get an 8% yield if mortgage rates are 6%? I think that is a great what if. It just builds the understanding and how the spreadsheet will ebb and flow. In addition to that, let's assume that the price stays the same, interest rate is 6%, and you still want 8% yield. Guess what has to change? Rent. Do the same calculation, but say, how high does rent have to go for me to get 8%? Play with your spreadsheet, get comfortable, understand how all the variables play together so that you can become a good, great, or as Matt says, an elite investor. Have fun with that. That is your weekend homework assignment from One Rental at a Time. Prasanna, good morning. How are you? John, hey, Mike, your name came up on Jeb Smith's live stream Wednesday. Pretty cool. Oh, wow. Hopefully they said something nice. Did Jeb bring it up, or did someone ask him a question? That's cool. I will, yeah, I like Jeb. Jeb's, if you don't know who Jeb Smith is, he is I'll call him Southern California broker. I think Orange County. I think he focuses on Orange County, but probably all LA County. Yeah, so that's cool. I like it. Great idea, Alex. Yes. Jeff, amen. Yep. JC, you mentioned you want to learn about subject 2. What's the best way to master that? So we have some of that in my course. Ryan Nickel was nice enough to do that. Pace Morby, I've been lucky enough to speak with Pace several times, and Laura Morby, his wife. By the way, if you know Pace or Laura, you should send them a congratulations. They just had little baby girl Monday on Monday, I think 5 days ago. So send them a message on Instagram is typically where I communicate with them. Yeah, send Pace and Laura a congratulations, and they just welcome baby girl Monday to the world. She's precious, so cute. But you can also go to Pace Morby. He does a lot of stuff in the sub 2 squat up movement where Ty and Adrian and Omar are part of. So lots of great stuff out there. I am not your guy. Let's be very clear. I have never done a subject 2, and thus I will never talk about it. I will say I'm interested because I look to add that to my tool bag. But at One Rental at a Time, I'm not going to guess. I'm not going to play where I don't know. I'm going to use the brand One Rental at a Time to go find other experts like Ryan Nickel or Pace Morby in this case. And I'm sure there are others, not to miss anybody. One sec. I need some coffee. The dogs were rough this morning, so I need my coffee. Is this irrational owner-occupied behavior a good reason to sell some of one's portfolio? That's a good question, Nathan. I can always just communicate what I've done is I evaluated my spread or my portfolio last summer. Yeah, I think it was July or August. And I sold my worst performing small multifamily. It's just some properties you get that never perform. Not that it didn't perform. It just didn't perform like I liked it. It was always a headache. So I sold it. But if you have property that are performing and going well and you have 30-year debt, why sell? Most of you are still building. You're not at the stage where you're retired and you can prune your portfolio just because you're lazy. But yeah, I mean, if I had a dog and it was on a busy street and it's always hard to rent and this and that, yeah, I would sell it today for sure. Yeah, because again, in worst case, if it doesn't sell for what you don't want, you rent it again, right? So there's no downside, in my opinion. Paul V, good morning again. We'll try to absorb as much info before I hit the road to see my dearest disabled bro on rehab. Thank you for doing that. Wish him well. Yeah, wish him well. JC Michael, Pace Morby is boss and subject to or sub to? Yes, absolutely. Pace Morby. Look at that. We had the same answer. Does your book discuss getting financing to buy rental through a self-directed IRA? Nope, it does not. My course, I added bonus content. Again, I won't speak what I've never done. I've never bought in my IRA, so I don't do it. But I found an IRA company. Is that right way to say that? I think, yeah, somebody who does IRAs or self-manages or whatever. So I added that. It's not in my book because I've never done it. I'm sorry. Janet, good morning, Michael. Retail sales are not good. Yeah, I got to look it up. I think they come out next week. It might be the week after. I need to look that up. Yeah. Chester, he had mixed reviews. Would love to know what Michael thinks. Who has mixed reviews? Pace Morby? I get near as I can tell, Pace Morby puts out amazing stuff. I've watched, I don't know, hours of his material. I've never done a sub 2 deal. I watched Ryan Nichols' stuff. He's in my course, and he wouldn't be in my course if I don't trust him. So again, you have stuff there in the bonus sections. Sub 2 is, I think it's going to become pretty, I think it's going to become a, if we have a nasty, long recession, it's going to become a way for guys like me to get mortgages under 3%, which I've never been able to do. So I don't know. I've never heard mixed reviews about Pace, but I think he's great. But again, maybe I'm not consuming the right stuff. I don't know. I think he's pretty good. I think he really wants to help people, which is very cool. Hey, Stephen, how are you? Stephen Dow, everybody, if you want to get your non-QM stuff, looks like he's plugged in. Ping him here. Stephen, hopefully you get lots of emails. Thanks for doing all you do. Thank you for my 30-year money on my apartments. I still can't believe you got me 30-year money on my office too. That's crazy. I never thought that was possible. Sean, do you think the Fed could raise rates, but the long-term rates don't rise by the same amount or don't rise at all? They have a history of creating yield curve inversions. Well, again, the Fed doesn't control the long end at all. They don't control it. The market does. You really have two different questions here. I do believe the yield curve is going to flatten. No question. No question. I don't see an inversion yet because inflation is so bad. But I do see it flattening. Yeah, yield curve inversion is bad. I mean, I think the last time we saw it was 2018, I think. Maybe it was 17. I think it was 18. It's like the last 5 out of 6 recessions, yield curve inversion has preceded a recession. But it's a really loosey-goosey metric because they always say yield curve inversion. A recession could be in the offing in the next 12 months. I don't know. I think the yield curve is going to flatten. I think we're seeing it right now. I think there's a lot of fear. Although Friday, with Russia coming in and threatening to invade Ukraine, what happened? Oil went up, rates went down. There's so much fear. Yeah. I don't think the economy is very healthy. I think we were living on sugar highs. I think free money, $30 trillion national debt. Oh my God. Stop spending money, Washington. Yep. One thing though, Laura Morby's pace wife is a Sunday regular with Michael as interviewee. Yes, she was until about a month ago because she was very pregnant and they just had one. So Laura probably won't be back with us for, I don't know, probably 6 months or so. But yeah, Laura, she was top 1% agent in Arizona. So yeah, I know Laura more than I know Pace. I know Laura more because we've had hours of conversations. Yep. Yep. Pace is the best in the biz. Yeah. I think so. I think he's certainly doing the most. Yeah. And again, yeah. Again, I've never done sub two. If I were to go learn from someone, it would be Ryan first because he's in my backyard. But I wouldn't be opposed to a pace event. I just think I think subject to, again, from a guy who has never done one. Let's be very clear, never done one. Subject to is about finding this owner who has no equity, who has a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, who would allow me to take it over, in essence, rent it out for positive cash flow. That seller in this case has to be motivated because the mortgage, as I understand it, stays in their name. And I have to be a good person that keeps paying the mortgage. It is very different than any real estate transaction I have ever done. I do look forward to doing one or several because I believe my reputation and my ability to perform over 21 years will give me a chance. I think there will be real estate agents that hopefully bring me deals like that in Fresno, California. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Uh, Domain Science. Hi from Los Angeles. I just spoke to Convoy and their 40-year fixed at 5.5 and 2 points plus escrow title for both 3 and 8 units. Yeah, I think rates are already going up. 5.25. That's, you know, yeah, cost of money, man. Cost of money's going up. It's still though 40-year fixed at 5 and an eighth. All I got to say is I'm glad I took action last year and got 30-year money sub 4. Yeah. Every situation is different. But yeah, that's interesting. We'll see what other people have to say. I know Dion likes 40-year money. I know Matt, generally speaking, likes it. I still feel so uneasy. Maybe it's just because I'm old. Like I'm looking at 40-year going, dude, pay it off when I'm 90. Oh, but again, Dion's like, I'm never going to pay it off. I'm like, well, okay, I get it. Yeah, it still doesn't feel right to me. Janet, thank you very much. Yeah, the office, there's a lot more to it, right? There's an office next door that'll be a podcast studio. Then there's a front lobby, which I plan to do videos from. This is the right side of my office. Yesterday, you saw the left side. The left side has Forbes pictures on it, has the bobblehead. So here's all the books. Yeah. And then I use inflation to get rich, my shirt. That's what that says. I use inflation to get rich. And then at the bottom, it says, ask me how. Go to my website, one rental at a time, for do the work stuff. Yeah. My ORAT rules, I had to add this to my office. And there's Mr. Monopoly. Where is he? There he is. There he is. Mr. Monopoly rolling around in his fancy car. There you go. I'm having fun with the office. I get to throw stuff up here. Dion, I got your book up, buddy. Dion sent me a book one time. Yeah. Thank you, Janet. I'm having fun with it. It's so much fun. Buenos dias, Jose. How are you? Namaste. Know thyself. Lumberjack, thank you. Would you recommend his Mastermind course? I don't think, I know some people have gone through it. You should reach out to Ty. TYLG. I talk to him every Friday. He and I do the weekly wrap up. Ty went to his paid money to go to his mastermind group. So I would reach out to someone who spent money to go. I don't think the lumberjack did. I don't even know how much it costs. I'm sure it's thousands of dollars. Yeah. That's why my course is only $320. $320. $319. Which, oh, by the way, I know the retail sales are down. Nobody's buying the course. Nobody wants to start how to get started one rental at a time. Yep. Course sales are way down. I think we've done 10 this month. Way down. What do you got? Just cruising mom. That's fun. Good morning from Florida. How are you? Hi, hello from California. Tracy, good morning. How are you? Steven, sorry. Currently raising capital through cash outs. Keep the powder dry. Yes. Let's be very clear about this. Well, again, one rental at a time is different. We're not out here fear mongering. We're not out here trying to get clicks. We are out here doing deals, trying to make some money. We are trying to change people's lives. So we told you, what did we do? We recycled capital. We did some cash out refis, and we are willing to sit on it. We are patient investors. A lot of you get money in your pocket and you're like, I got to spend it. I got to spend it. I got to invest it. Only do great deals. Go back to the first 10 minutes of this video and remember my rant. Only great deals between now and let's say May 1st. The market is irrational. Owners are irrational right now. And you and I are competing there. If you are buying homes, if you're in the small duplexes through quads, you're okay. If you're in commercial, totally fine. But if you are competing with owner occupants, be warned, they are irrational today. I've had some phone calls with agents. I was doing an agent meetup yesterday for 90 minutes, and about half of it was questions. Bananas behaviors from some owners. Hey, Mike, do you provide pest control on your single families? Do I provide pest control? I don't know. Oh, like, no. The answer is no. Do I pay to have pests come around? But I do for my apartments. Yeah, I do not provide pest control for my houses, but I do for my apartments. Yes. John, Texas. On the ADU you plan to build. Yep. How will you decide how many beds, baths to go with? I'm finding that smaller ADUs may have better yield in my market. Well, John, I found the same thing. So I did a rookie mistake. I paid an architect to design the biggest ADU possible, which from memory, I could be wrong, was 1,250 square feet. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Yeah, 2.5 bath. I think it was 2-bath. And it could have been a 4-2, depending on some choices. That was going to be very expensive when I priced it out, and my yield would not be great. I got smarter. I then went in and decided, how do I get the best yield? So for me, the best yield in my market is going to be about a 650 square foot, 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath. When you look at because again, if you don't know anything about how to get started one rental at a time, it is all about yield. So I'm going to get the highest yield, and noticeably higher, at least that's my expectation, with a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath. So that's what I'm building. And we just got a note Friday that it got through yet another city, I don't know, hoop. So I think we have 2 left. It is so slow. This BS in California that it's only supposed to take 90 days is just that, total BS. But come hell or high water, I am building an ADU this year. Man, very stressful. Speaking on taxes, Michael, do you take advantage of bonus depreciation with engineering assessment? Can't remember the proper name of the assessment. Something like, yes, it's called cost segregation and bonus depreciation. You bet your bottom dollar I take advantage of that. In fact, I brought on the company that's doing it for me about, what is it, 6 weeks ago, guys? I brought them on. I think it's called Cost Segregation Services. Anyways, search my videos. Yes, absolutely. Why not? I did a video on it because I brought them on. Then they did my survey, and I'm gonna save about 10 grand in like cold hard cash. So you bet your ass I'm gonna do that. Yes, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Anna, good morning. How are you? Jiris, thank you for everything you do in the recession. How do you close a neighborhood single family home rent hold up? Does it decline? That's a good question. So historically speaking, rent hasn't declined, even in nasty recessions. I believe, my opinion right now, subject to change, it could change tomorrow. But right now, I think Class A is gonna go down a little bit. It's gonna go down like 5 or 10%. Class A. All the new building is Class A. All the new stuff. We're seeing movement around, and people are going to go down. So I think Class A is most at risk of rent decrease. I don't see it in Class B or Class C, but again, I could be wrong. I'm wrong all the time. I do think Class A, given what I see, new inventory coming, a recession hurting white collar, not others. Yeah, I do. And yeah, I don't think I've ever said that. I do think well, maybe I said it. I think I believed it the last 6 weeks. So I might have brought it up. But yeah, I think Class A, it won't be a lot, but that's why I think these syndications are going to go bust. I think they have unrealistic rent increases. I think there are deals being done today that are destined to blow up. Oh, cool. Jeb live stream read a comment from someone who brought up your name, and it sounded like Jeb is interested in collaborating with you again. That's cool. I will reach out to him. He's a good dude. Alex, what would you do if interest rates drop to less than 3% due to a recession and drop in 10-year bond? I would refinance my loans. That's the beauty of 30-year debt. I locked it in case they go up, and if they go down, I'll refi again. If I could refi all my loans at 2%, Alex, just playing what if, I would do that in a heartbeat. I would probably take out 6 figures in cash. My payments would stay the same. It'd be great. I would, frankly. I mean, Dion and I have a bet. It's only $1, so don't freak out. But Dion and I have a bet. He thinks rates are going to be lower at the end of the year, and I don't. So I would happily pay. Believe me, if I was going to talk my book and what's good for Olivia and I want rates to go down. I want 30-year money at 1%. 1%. Let's go. It's not going to happen, but we'll see. Yep. There you go. All right. On the road, we'll have to catch up with all the recordings. Have a wonderful Saturday, everyone. Oret and all the happy and sunny. Yeah. Yeah. You guys are asleep. I'm going to leave you alone. No condon. Good morning, everyone. Rocky, good morning. How are you? Yield curve inversion has persistently inverted for quite a while. I'd say close to 3 months. What? Yield curve inversion? Yeah. Yeah, that's the yield curve. Yeah, it's 5 out of the last 6 recessions were yield curve inversion called or predicted or whatever you want to call it. 5 out of the last 6 recessions, yes. Hi Mike, do you increase rents for the same tenant every year? First renewal is coming up and my tenant is awesome, currently 100 below market, so not sure if I want to have the binder method. We got to remember, I'm in the state of California where there is rent control. So let me answer this question in 2 ways. First, for 18 years, if you were a great tenant, paid on time, no problem. And I'm not talking no maintenance. If stuff breaks, I want to fix it. But no issues, right? No noise complaints, none of these other stuff that go on. I would not raise your rent after the first year. For 18 years, I would not do that. I would go every other year for great tenants. However, California, after the voters voted down rent control, Gavin Newsom, in his infinite wisdom, decided that he was smarter than all of us and instituted rent control. So now in California, because of Gavin Newsom, I raise rents every year, except 2020. Nothing happened in 2020. It was a horrible year. We gave back. We gave up 50 grand in rent. We were good. We did what you would hope Olivia and I would do. But yes, because of Gavin Newsom, all my tenants get rent increases every year, minus 2020. But yes, because again, if I don't raise rents, I will never make it up. Thank you, Gavin. My tenants, thank you. So yes. And by the way, if I was $100 under market, I would not raise rents. Probably. Because again, you want to avoid turnover. Turnover is what gets you. I took over a fourplex in 1989 that was an FHA loan. Woohoo! I would be 90. Yeah, 90. I would be 98 years old for a 40-year mortgage. Yeah, crazy. I just don't. I mean, every once in a while I try to rewind the clock, and it's getting harder and harder the older I get. But if I was 25, hustling like I was, let's be honest, I'd get a 40-year mortgage. I would. Yeah, let's just be honest. I would. I'm just old now and probably wouldn't. Yeah, let's just be honest. At 25, that's all I would look at probably. Yeah, probably. Chester, from that perspective, I think the yield curve moves like housing prices, slow to move, but it will move with consistency applied pressure. Yes, I agree with that. I agree. Except for black swan events like war. War will mess up the yield curve because actually the yield curve steepened on Friday. Nicholas, good morning, Mike. Is now a good time to buy my first rental, even if I'm located in Texas? Again, it's always a great deal. It's a great time to do a great deal. You've got to be careful in Texas because of resetting taxes every year. I would say it's a great time to do the work. I wouldn't do a good deal today. I don't know your Texas market. So, yeah, I think there's what, like 1,000 people moving to Texas every day or some crazy number like that. It's always a great day to do a great deal in any market across the country. Bengals or Rams? I am not a football guy. When in doubt, I'll take the underdog, which I think in this case is the Bengals. I've been an underdog my whole life, so I think the Bengals are probably the underdog. So I'll take the underdog. Yeah, I'll take the under. I'll take the Bengals just because they're the underdog. Good morning. I'm a Sub 2 student, and it's not just about learning about Sub 2. PACE teaches everything from wholesale to flips to Airbnb, but the Sub 2 community is amazing within itself. Yes, that's what I've seen and hear. I think Pace gives back. I think he does. JC, love your course, amazing value. Thank you. Yeah, there's no other course out there for $320 that gives away the keys to the kingdom, bonus content up the wazoo, private access to me in a Facebook group and other experts. You guys have no idea. About once a month, I network with other content creators. Every single one of them says the course needs to be $9.99 or $9.97 or $9.95. I'm like, guys, you're not listening to me. It's not about making more money. It's about helping 1 million people. Yeah. Yeah, the daily financial news. I'm glad you like that. I've been doing that, a version of that for 30 years, every morning while I drink my coffee. Millionaire Next Door is an amazing book. I agree. I agree. I actually have a copy autographed by William Danko. This is something I want to do. I want to get autographed copies of books. So if you can find a Rich Dad, Poor Dad autographed, let me know. I would love one autographed. And if anybody has a Grant Cardone book autographed, really it's the 10X one I want, but I'll take any of them. I'm looking for Grant Cardone or Rich Dad, Poor Dad autographed. I want to add them to my collection. It's just one of those fun things I want to do. Yeah. The other book, we'll just throw it out there. Atomic Habits. If anybody finds one of these autographed, let me know. So help me out. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a Grant Cardone book, or Atomic Habits. Help me find autographed copies. I want them on my bookshelf. I don't know why. It's collection. And I'll trade you some of my autographed books. I'll give you both copies. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Jeffrey, FYI, if your 40-year loan is fixed rate with no prepaid penalty, then that is golden. Calculate 15, 20, 30 amortization payments, then pick the payment according to current economy. I like that. I like that because what people don't realize is you can always pay off a loan early, but the 40-year loan gives you maximum flexibility. I totally agree. 40-year loan, lowest payment, you're a 6-figure earner, cranking. Maybe pay it off like 15. You lose your job or you change careers or you have a kid, pay it at 40. I think that's very wise advice, Jeffrey. Ultimate bargains, if you don't know, folks. Ultimate. When I say Jeffrey, it's ultimate bargains in the comments. Sean, you can use your course sales as your own consumer sentiment numbers. Oh no, that's funny. So consumers are not spending $320 on an awesome course. Yes, that's true. Saw a post in Business Insider. Yep. Thanks. You're very welcome. Yeah, that was fun. That was so we were interviewed a couple of times, but their financial audit was intense. That was yeah, that was cool. Good morning, and just lost a deal yesterday because my seller couldn't find a replacement house to buy. Oh, my rate was 4%, and now I don't know if I can get the same rate. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a tough market right now. Woo! The sub 2 mastermind is 10K a pop. Damn, $320. I gotta raise the prices, Michael. 30-year was 4,675. I bought down points, got locked at 3,875. Yeah, 30-year money is over 4%. Owner occupied. Owner occupied 4.07 as of Friday, I think. There's definitely a change in the market with the rising rates in my market. There are more houses available, but are still stupid priced. Real estate slowdown has started, at least in your market. All markets will get there. Will it be a good time to look at commercial real estate at a discount in the coming days? Well, coming days, probably years. I'm not really an office guy, although I own some or own a couple. Really mixed use. Well, one office, mixed use. Yeah. I mean, I always look. I look everywhere now. I'll do anything that makes sense. Yep. Yeah. But when you say coming days, I get the feeling like, is it 20 days? Is it 40 days? It's probably like 9 to 20 months. Why does Dion think rates will go down? First and foremost, it's not only Dion. I think they're, in fact, he's a Crystal Award winning. What is his name? I'm drawing a blank on his name. Anyways, there's a guy that's been the best predictor of mortgage rates for the last several years. He thinks rates are going down. So generally speaking, if you think rates are going to be lower at the end of the year, you think the Fed is going to tighten, and then the Fed is going to lose their backbone because of a recession or some other things. And they could be right. Historically speaking, the Fed is weak. They raise rates, the stock market freaks out, and they lower rates. I don't think we can do it this time. I think the price is too high. But you got to admit, Dion, and I still can't think of his name. Why am I drawing a blank on his name? Anyways, yeah, I think that's probably. I think most people think that's going to happen. I think it could happen, but it's not this year. I think a lot of people have timing wrong. Like Kathy Wood. You should go back in my videos and just type in Kathy Wood. I told you Kathy Wood's portfolio was going to blow up 6 months ago. Now she's out talking about deflation, bringing inflation under control. Again, it's a timing problem. Kathy Wood thinks that deflation in the metaverse and all these other things are going to impact this year. They will be life-changing, just not this year. So a lot of people have timing wrong, in my opinion. Every time you raise rents, a tenant rents, you should have them sign a thank you card and send it to Gavin. Yeah, I'm not going to do that, but I like that. That's funny. Ronald, midlife age ain't old. Thank you. Yeah, tell my back that some mornings. Does it matter that the mortgage is not paid when you die? Your kids will still benefit. Well, the property, somebody's going to have to pay, or the property will be sold. It's not like the mortgage is tied to the asset. It's not like it's wiped away clean. It's not like credit cards. Credit cards will go away, but the mortgage is to the unit or the house. It will have to be paid, that's for sure. How about Class A neighborhood, single family that is near military base that renew a lot on new government contracts in the city, putting a lot of new infrastructure? I think that'll be fine. I think when I talked about Class A, let's be clear, I was talking units, not houses. I think houses will be fine. I'm a renter, which is very cheap, does not go up often. Good. Congrats. Well qualified and can afford a 500K home. Wow. Confused if it makes sense to wait Q1, Q2, or settle for something now, sell, buy later. I don't generally give advice on buying your own home. Buying your own home, your owner occupied, your forever home where you and your wife and kids are going to be. That's a personal decision. If you're going to be there more than 5 years, it doesn't really matter. The one thing I could say I didn't like in your comment or question was settle. I think a lot of people settle. And I think a lot of people are going to settle now. But Property Ladder is amazing. 40-year mortgage comes out sometime this year or next, values will go up. But if you can do it and you find the house that you love, why not? But again, you live cheaply now, so keep saving. So I get it. It's a tough choice. I would not settle. I very rarely settle. How difficult is it to manage remote properties? Have you done it? And what was your expert? So in my course, we have Millennial Mike who's created content. I do not do out of state investing, although I invest 2.5 hours away, which for some of you is out of state. Communication, setting expectations. Also, it's not said in your question, I pay a property manager. I don't do it myself. Self-management is something that Dion and Matt talk about in my course. So I am not the best expert for that. I don't talk about what I don't do. Hen Solo, heard you talking about the misery index. Should there be a resilience index? If so, I don't know. I don't. Let me think about that. We could certainly create one. Yeah, I don't know. Let me think about it. See if I can put some numbers together. What do you think about apartment buildings that were recently purchased on 4 caps, capital stack based on refinance current 3 to 5 years debt coming due? Boom. That's the kind of stuff. Not only that, but I actually see deals like that getting done with 1 year IO, stands for interest only bridge debt. Bad, bad, bad. My opinion. Do you listen to Jeffrey Snyder and his Eurodollar University content? No, I don't know who that is. Yes, Atomic Habits by James Clear, right? Right. Yes. I'd like one of his autograph books. All right, so I only got a couple more minutes. Let's see if we have any questions. How do I go about partnering up with you on your next flip? I will not be flipping any properties. I'm going to buy and hold everything. Earlier somebody asked about cost segregation and bonus depreciation. I ain't selling squat. I'm going to keep everything. So, all right, folks, that was my alarm clock telling me to shut this down so I can go over to the private Facebook group where we can have a far more intimate conversation. If you like this, 141 people watching, 47 thumbs up. Come on, give me some thumbs up. Like, comment, share. We are going to help 1 million people. But I need you to share this content. Ask others to check it out. You can count on 8 a.m. Saturday, most Saturdays, for at least 60 minutes of live Q&A. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.